I'm Jen, and welcome to a completely different vlog space. Also, the lighting in here is not great, but it's fine. Totally fine. I wanted to do this little vlog because I know I announced on my community page this week that I broke my toe, so I can't really tap right now. And first of all, one of my favorite comments was me reads, "I broke my toe, LOL." Me, what? Kind of. I think that was something along the lines of what was said. I tend to take things in stride, and when I tell people bad news, I tend to laugh. I'm just like, yeah, I broke my toe. It's not like a terrible break. It's just like a little fracture. It's not it'll heal. It'll absolutely heal. But right now I am not able to tap. And so I wanted to do a little Tappy Talks vlog with you about how to practice and how to keep your skills up even when you're injured. And I may have already done this, but I don't remember, and it's super relevant right now for me. So I wanted to tell you guys how I'm keeping up with all of the choreography that I have to know. My companies are starting to book shows in person again, so I really need to have this choreography set in my body, set in my head. I still need to practice even though I can't do the movements. And I also need to keep choreographing. I'm still a teacher and a choreographer, and I still need to choreograph even if I can't execute it. So I wanted to give you guys a little insight into how I stay in top tap shape and keep my choreography flowing and keep it in my head and in my body even if I can't dance. So I just wanted to give a few tips on that, you know? So first of all, one of the best ways to keep, if you need to know choreography, you're on a competition team or you've got shows coming up or you just need to know choreography for a specific dance or an entire show, like you're in a theatrical production, but let's say you broke your toe and you're out for a couple weeks, right? One of the best things you can do, keep showing up for rehearsal. Don't skip rehearsal just because you can't dance. Going to rehearsal means that you will be there. You're able to watch. You're able to see if anything gets changed. Like they might change the arms for a section and you're there to go, okay, we're going to do the arms this way instead of like this. Got it. And you can mark your spot if needed. Like if they allow you to stand in your spot and move through the space, if it's like a group piece, it's really good to be able to do that. If you can stand, if you wouldn't be in the way of the choreography. It depends on the rehearsal. I think in a theatrical production, it might be a good idea, but if it's just like a one dance for a show or a competition, maybe it's better not to mark the spot just so people don't run into you. One of the best things that you can do is keep showing up to rehearsal. You're watching the dance. It is mental preparation. You kind of can mark it with your hands if you need to. I always come to rehearsal. It's not just because I'm the choreographer and the director. That's not the only reason I come to rehearsal. But even if I can't dance, I find other ways of being at rehearsal, being engaged in rehearsal, and practicing with everybody, even if I can't dance. One of the ways that I do that, I actually bring a drumming practice pad and a pair of drumsticks. I am a drummer as well, so I do have some drum skill behind this, but honestly, you don't really need skill to practice this way because all you're doing is keeping the rhythms in your head. It doesn't matter if you have great stick technique at all. It doesn't matter if please don't throw the stick across the room by mistake. Please make sure you know how to hold it so that it doesn't go pew and then you hit somebody in the face. But just drumming out, even if you don't have drumsticks, just tapping out the rhythm on a chair or a book in your lap or your lap. Just don't hit too hard. But keeping the rhythm there. There's some video that we took. I'll have to find it. There's some video that we took of rehearsal of Noise Complaint the other week where I was sitting down. I had my practice pad. I had my drumsticks. And I was drumming along to all the rhythms that I usually tap. And every time I've been injured, which sadly in the last couple of years has been a lot, I've been a little accident prone. Oh well, that's why I record weeks ahead of time so it never interrupts YouTube. But every time I would be injured, I would drum when I was at practice. And the next time I was able to dance, the rhythms were not gone. I remembered the rhythm that I was supposed to do, and it helped so much. So continuing to go to rehearsal, very, very smart idea. Video. Tip number 2, take video, or if you can't go to rehearsal, let's say like you're, heaven forbid, in the hospital and you can't make it to rehearsal, or you're home like super, super sick, or there's some reason that you can't get to rehearsal, get someone to send you a video of rehearsal, or at least a video of the dance. Watch the video. That's a great way to practice. It's mental practice. Watch the video. Look at what everyone else is doing, or if you're in that video, watch what you're doing. And it's actually a great tool, whether you're injured or not, to take a video of the dance. Watch yourself in comparison to the people around you. You're not trying to judge yourself and say, oh, well, she did more turns than I did, so obviously I'm not good. No. That's not what we're trying to do. You're going, am I going at the same time as this person? Are we doing the same steps? And if there is something where you and that person are not doing the same thing and you're supposed to be, then you figure out, okay, who's right, who's not right? Is it me? Do I need to fix it? It helps you just get better and better. So sometimes you can use an injury to your advantage by practicing different ways. Practicing by watching a video, so helpful. Another way to practice, mental practice, just like I said, but just turn the song on. Have some headphones, listen to the song, and just hear the rhythms. And this is mostly for tap dancers, but it works for any other style of dance. Either hear the rhythms or visualize the movement, or both in the sense of tap, but at least listen to the music and hear the rhythm that you're supposed to do at the same time. You can even like scat out the rhythm with your mouth, or you can like tap it on a table as the song is going. Listen to the song, get to know the song. And then that is a great way to practice, especially if you're injured and you can't dance. So what have we said so far? I said show up to rehearsal and watch videos and listen to the song. Another way that I like to stay in shape, per se, when it comes to being a choreographer and a tap dancer, I find other ways to exercise. Obviously, also, apparently my neighbors want to do yard work right now. Can't help that. So if you hear that, I'm very, very sorry. What was I even saying? They distracted me. No, so you can't dance, but you still want to stay in shape. You want to keep your cardio game up. You find other ways of getting that cardio. You find other ways of keeping the muscles that you usually use, whether you're tap dancing or contemporary or ballet. You find ways to keep the muscles that you usually use semi-trained, semi-engaged, at least while you're healing. Now, obviously, as a tap dancer, my left foot isn't going to be able to be as engaged. That's the foot that I've injured. It's not going to be able to be as engaged. So I can't do any crazy intricate footwork while I'm injured. But I can keep my cardio game up. And for my shows, that's really important. So I've been cycling because I can do that with a broken toe pretty easily. But before you do any of this, make sure that you consult a medical professional to make sure that it will not make your injury worse. Have to add that disclaimer. Swimming is a great way, like, as long as you wear protective like gear, I guess is the word. Swimming is a great way to keep your cardio up if you live somewhere that you can swim. I realize I might be putting this out where in a time of year when people have winters, so that may not work. But indoor pools, maybe? I don't know. You can also do a lot of core work. And this is coming from somebody who hates core work. If you've injured your foot and you're a tap dancer, you can keep your cardio game up with some core work, and that's great. There's lots of different ways that you can keep your fitness level up so that when you do get back to class, you're not just like, hold on, it's been a while, you know? So those are just some of the things that I'm doing to make sure that I stay on my game, even though I can't actually be playing my game, you know? I am listening to a lot of different music as well, just hearing different rhythms. And this is the choreographer part. Right now, it's really difficult for me to choreograph anything because I choreograph through my feet. But now I have the challenge of choreographing in my head. So I'm listening to a lot of music. I'm listening to a lot of percussion. And I'm trying to see what I want. I'm trying to visualize the concept of the piece first rather than create the steps first. So it took my process and turned it around. But whatever your choreographical process is, if you find that you can't choreograph your normal way during this time, this is a great time to try it a different way. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but you at least exercised your choreography brain, you know? So it's been weird. It's been weird to try to choreograph without actually tapping, but it's something that's good for me. It's like a game. Cool. I think I'm losing this game, but it's like a game. But yeah, I hope that these tips have helped any of you guys. If you have any questions about anything else that you can do when you're injured to stay like on your game, there's probably a lot that I forgot to say. So please ask the questions in the comments. And yeah, I hope that I'll get over this sooner rather than later. It is healing. I can tell it should be just one more week, but we'll see because I don't want to rush it. That's the other thing. Don't rush back into it, okay? Make sure that you're healed before you go back into the studio or into your shoe or going at least full force. Ease back into it. So, sorry, bonus tip right there. But thank you guys for joining me for this Tappy Talk. If you guys are not already subscribed to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. Join the Tap fam. It would mean a lot to me. And aside from really randomly put together Tappy Talks vlogs like this, you also will get choreography tutorials, step tutorials, technique exercises, and I put out at least 3 videos a week, sometimes 4, sometimes 5 if I'm really feeling it that week. And all of it's free, free tap resources for you guys. So definitely subscribe to this channel, join my fam. Also, speaking of thumbs up, hit the thumbs up button so other tap dancers can find this easier. And I hope that none of you guys are injured right now, but if you are, we're in this together and we will get through it. And I hope that these tips will help you if you ever need them or are helping you right now if you do. So thank you guys for joining me. And as always, thank you for dancing with me.